Hey guys, my name is Siniac and welcome back to another episode of SnowTown here in City Skylines. Guys, last episode we enabled the dynamic weather and now it snows, which puts snow on the road and has completely changed how we're now building the city. We also built that huge highway tearing through the middle and the bridges that now finally go across to the other side of the river. Today I want to try and get the little interchange set up for the highway so we can finally see vehicles start to use it, because we hooked up the highway to the other kind of in and out route to the edge of the region. So once we get the highways connected, we should just see traffic passing through, and it's going to be pretty damn exciting right now. So if you guys are enjoying SnowTown and want to see more in the future, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new in here, then make sure you subscribe so you're notified when that next episode does come out. Now, there's been some issues since last episode. Now, last episode we had some issues with some of the assets for the kind of ski resort. Now, I don't know what's happened. I'm having more issues with it. So I've had to delete all my little ski ramps and slopes and all that kind of jazz because the game just kept crashing and loading. I've got to figure it out. I've got to find the little bad egg inside of it all. So just bear with me with the ski resort. It will make a return. I just got to spend a few hours sorting out those assets and mods. But this is what we built last episode anyway. We got the highway now coming across. What I want to do today then is get this interchange connected. It's going to be very unorthodox, I expect anyway, because it's not particularly aligned perfect. Some roads bow out further than others and all that kind of jazz. So building an interchange is going to be quite interesting. It's going to be a little bit different, but hopefully we can make it as beautiful as this one over here. We also built them across the rivers as well. Damn, that's fancy. And yeah, it goes all the way across there. So once we get it all hooked up, you'll start seeing vehicles enter and come through there. And we'll just have generic passing traffic. It'll be interesting to see how the demands are met and kept and see if you have any issues. So this will be quite fun. We have a few little issues over here about these guys complaining about the noise. Now, I think that is our commercial, right? Yeah. They don't like the noise of the commercial here. Well, I'm so sorry. You have to put up with it for, like, you know, a few mementos until we figure stuff out, but it's looking pretty good. It is looking pretty good. So, how am I going to do it? Now, I originally said last episode that I might think about doing like a clover leaf thingy. I know it's not the best idea, and after giving it some thought, I'm not going to do it because it's only going to cause issues. If like some person here wants to go down that way, they'll have to come down here to go around there, to go around there, to go around there, to go back there. And that is just a pain in the Mabuti Mabob. So we're going to try our best right now to kind of create something unique, something a little bit different, or as best as we can. I mean, I'm probably going to rip off like a normal crisscross junction. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes right now. So what we're going to do then, we're going to jump straight into our little build mode and go to our little kind of slip roads here. And that is currently set at 20. So if we go up to 20 as well. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll go up to 30. Is 30 too high, do you reckon? How high is 30? Ooh, it's pretty high. It's pretty high. And let's say this one's going to go across there. So what I'm going to do is I'll bring it up by 5. Okay. And I've somehow got to bend this over to go over to come down to here. Now, this is why it's going to be interesting, because not every single one is going to be perfect. So we've got to just try our best to create something or other. Now, I'm going to turn on the anarchy, because I won't be able to build any of this without it. So if I go to there, that passes all the way over. Oh, it's quite cool, isn't it? And let's say I had a road that kind of followed there. Right, so that follows it round. Right, there's probably going to be a lot of deleting and umming and ahhing trying to get this right. But that goes over to there. So that's quite dramatic. And I'm going to replicate something on this side. It does something very similar. Now, like I said, each one's going to be slightly different anyway. So I'm going to bring this back a bit to there so we kind of have a little bit more road to play around with. Oh, that's huge. That's huge right now. Okay. And then do the same here. So if I come up from here, just to kind of give us a little bit of space to play with again. And let's say I picked that there as the kind of cross. I don't know if it's going to stretch that far. Alright, let's find out. No, it clips into it, which is okay. That's fine. Just got to do a little bit more playing around right now. So it'd be cool to do something like that, but we have to make it happen a whole lot earlier, meaning I might have to delete it from there. Ooh, and stretch that far instead. Ooh, Seniac. Boy, look how juicy that's getting as a big turn right now. Okay. If I brought it to there instead. Bring it to there. Alright, just bear with me. How does that look then? I'm not getting the same kind of feels, the same kind of vibes. So that's going to bar it really, really bad. So let's delete this back. I still feel like we're a bit squiff here. So if I come up to here instead, let's go back to where we originally was. And I feel like it just could be just simply bad placement with the bend. So if I went to there. And then... Ooh. Okay, I think we got something, boys. I think we have something right now. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look how close they are as well. Fancy. Fancy. I got to sort all the alignments out as well, like the slopes and whatnot. But just getting the basics with me. So that works pretty beautifully. And now if they wanted to kind of do the right turn there, I could turn that into a double lane and bend and connect here. And vice versa there. So that satisfies those two sides. Like this lane, that lane coming down. I've now got to do this lane and that lane. And then that is pretty much all my lanes. So to do something on this side, because that's going to go pretty much round and connect to there. But it also needs to kind of come from here to connect them to that side. Now I could, if I replicate what I've done there, I just make a bigger one that goes over the top. You see where this is going, right? You see where this is going. Oh, it's going to be astronomical in terms of a junction right now. And it's going to be quite interesting doing this one because it's going to kind of bend round and then turn and go over. Right, and if that happened there, right, then this one has to happen here. Now, which side do I do first? Also, that then becomes plus 40. So they do seem ridiculously high, but once we start adding in all the slopes and angles, we should be okay. Like, look at the clearance there. Ooh, that's tight. That's tight right now. Right. So actually, let me just kind of play around with doing something here. So if that, not yet. Right, bring it by there. Right, I'm gonna have to take it to here, aren't I? Right, so it's a huge shout. It's a huge shout, but let me try something. Right, okay, I think we could do this. I think we could do this. Hold on. It's not dead in the water just yet. Right, is that about right? Ooh, damn, boy. What are you trying to create right now? What are you trying to create? I don't know. But this is looking so freaking juicy. Does anybody else get excited when they're building like interchanges like this and they have an idea I have an idea in my head. You probably can't see what I'm trying to create or the idea that I'm trying to, you know, get out of my brain. But it's slowly coming together. Just have faith. If you still don't believe me what's happening right now, and it's like a spider is a sat on top of SnowTown, just bear with me, guys, because this is going to be juicy. I don't think anyone's ever, like, you know, said that their interchange has been juicy before. this could be a fairly new concept that I know you're going to love. Right, I'm going to do this one backwards. Because I kind of need... Right, get to there. I need a different... Ooh, no. No. Yeah, I need a different angle to play with. Oh, that's close. That's real close right now. Oh, did he just... I can't even English. Did he just do it right now? Right, flip that back. Right, so we have all the crisscrossy happenings going down. We just don't have these smaller bits, you know, going down. But we can connect those up pretty easy. As you can see right now, like that goes to there. You know, that goes to there. To there. To there. Oh, man, I love it when a good plan comes together. It's quite high though, isn't it? But that could be like a really nice little feature. Look at the different levels right now. Look at those levels, boy. Mishmash. Chop chop. Amazing. But yeah, I've got to do a lot of, you know, using the move it tool quite a bit and whatnot. Okay, so this is my next thought process right now. Now, I know we did really good lane mathematics over here. What's the best way for me to do this? Now, I think I'm going to keep it at most to a 2-laner, if that makes sense. So, right, let's see where we're going with this then. So, let's bring these in. Right, we do it by 9. By 9. Well, that's going to be an 8 because of how close it is. So we might as well make that one an 8. So they're connected. I'm going to pause it because vehicles will start driving down. I don't want to drive just yet. Alright, let me delete that to there. Bring it in line. In line and then by 9. And the same for this. So let's delete to there. And now we'll bring it by 9. By 9. So let me just flip it to the right way around, the ones that need to be flipped. Okay, so they're connected. Still a bit funky. I'll do the slopes in just a moment. Actually, we'll do the slopes now because that will actually then, sort me out. Because I can then filter that into a 2-lane, and as that turns off there, we can then filter it into a 2. So that filters into a 2-lane from 3 because that third one kicks off. And we'll filter it off as 1, and then we'll merge into 2 for which way you want to simply then go, rather than like merge it off as 2 and then have a single lane pushing down. I don't think I want to go down that route because it will look really skinny and kind of weird. So I won't do that. Right, let's get the move it tool and let's work with this one first then. So if we go from there to there to there to there, I'm hoping this will angle okay. It probably won't. It probably look mental. Oh, do you know what? That's not too bad. Where's that there? Okay, so if I take it from there, because we've got the distance to do it, hopefully. Slope. Oh, that's better. See, that's 10 times better. So if I take it from there to there to there to there to there, because they're quite high. It's a huge drop, isn't it? Slope those. That's better. All right, do this side then. All right, make sure I'm not taking it from over that side. Now, can I get away with one more? I think we could. Yep. And here we'll take it from there. It gives us plenty of room to play with on this side. There we go. And this one. Alright, let me see what we've got over here. So really not a lot, so I'll take it from here as well. Well, that's actually alright. I'm actually quite impressed with how the sloping angles are working. Yeah, that should be okay. I don't want to do any more up because it's cutting up to that then. So we're going to have to kind of roll with that one. this one, it's quite long, so slope, but it is a long process on that one. This one, boom, and slope. Right, there we go. So, we'll roll with that then. We've sloped and angled them all to the most part as best we can. I gotta use the move tool to kind of like say it's a little bit wonky in places. That will pretty much straighten all those little issues up. But we'll get onto that in just a moment then. So, let's just sort out the 2 lanes situation right now. So how it works is then, where's my little 2 lanes? I've gone past it already, haven't I? Yeah, they're here. So as soon as I come to this part then, it's when that turns in to a 2-lane highway. Because, you know, lane mathematics, but before it filters into a 3-laner. So let me just sort all this out. Where are we at over here then? There we go. There we go. Right. And then we'll just sort out the, you know, the actual lanes now. So that's simply all they do. Alright, you get it. It's as simple and as easy as that. You know, one lane's turn off, and the other 2 lanes, they pretty much go straight on. But then all hell will break loose when we create the other little section. Right, so that works then. So then what I want to do next then, before I do my last little bits and bobs, is we'll create our little turn section. So let's come off here and let's see what would happen if I went like this. Right, like that. Doesn't look too amazing. And so I push that back. And then I bend it up. And that's how you make that right-hand turn. So, you could argue, then, as soon as I turn off here, this is what I was on about before. Do I make it where that's a single lane carry-on, the 2 right-hand lanes here turn off together, and then they split? That's the thing where I could argue, but I don't know if I want to go down that route, because, like I said, it makes the under bits really, really skinny. Should we test it on this one? Because this is how it would look, right? 2-laner to there. Oh, hang on. And then that will be a single laner. You see? And don't you think it looks kind of weird? It does, doesn't it? So, I think we'll keep it to that. And we'll leave it as that. Because obviously when you come up to here, you can either go, you know, left or right. There's going to be no backlogs stopping you from going the way you want to go. But we'll keep an eye on it. If you feel like it's not working, then obviously we'll do something about it. Let me see where I can get with this then. So, is that just one? There's no split in the middle of this one, is there? No. Oh, that's good. It says the only issue you have then is when these are coming together. See, that's the argument you make, but I think we'll keep our eye on it, boys, and see what happens. It looks really cool, though, doesn't it? A part of me, you know, the logic in me is saying, yo, Cynic, you've got to do those lane mathematics. But then, you know, the design side of me is like, oh, it's just going to ruin it. But it does look freaking good, though, doesn't it? Right, to there. I mean, it's quite a cool little junction and whatnot. I do like it. And we'll see how this goes. So, that just finishes at the junction there. Right? That just sorts that out. We'll see what kind of stuff we get from it. Does that look a little bit bumpy to you? Right, if I go bam, bam, and bam. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Undo. Yeah, don't do that. Alright, if I do the triple there, it's not really going to change much, is it, to be honest with you? I think we'll just keep it as it is. It is what it is at the end of the day. Right, with that gloriousness created, we'll do our little fine-tuning that I need to do. We're just sorting out some of this, so it just looks a little bit more natural to a certain extent. You're not going to get it perfect. You're not going to get it perfect at all. But just needs a little bit of fine-tuning here and there. Right, we'll go with that then, and we'll just see initially what happens. There's already somebody using it, which is pretty good to see. You see the majority of it working when vehicles start coming over from this side. How far back have I got? There we go. Vehicles are now coming down this highway for the first time ever, which is really exciting. So we see how this is able to handle the demands. And if we do find... So if we do find it's there's traffic, because on this little section the way we've done it, then I'll go and I'll resort back. Well, I'll resort to the, you know, doing the lathe mathematics on these slip roads and whatnot. I don't want to do it because it looks so good. I kind of like the design of it. But if it finds out it's not practical, then we resort to turn this into a single one lane passing through. That comes off as 2 splits, you know, that merges into 2 and whatnot. We'll do it all correct and, you know, all that kind of jazz. But we'll just initially see how it goes first. We will. So, there's only one turn off here, and there's only one turn off there. So we've got to think about doing something over here then. Now, I did think of the idea of obviously placing a little turn off here. But because it's quite close to here and here, eventually when all these roads connect up, makes no sense. But it does make sense to put one round about here. Because that allows that... It's so far away from those, works out well. And it reduces the traffic having to drive all the way through to get to one of those on and off ramps. So, yeah, like I said, it should hopefully reduce some traffic. Yeah. I can't stop looking at it. I'm kind of impressed. It's like, yo, boy. I mean, it's not that amazing. Come on, it's not that amazing, but at the same time, it does look. It looks pretty good. I don't know why. It just looks really nice. This looks really nice. Not from this angle because you see all the bumps and waves, but from this angle, yeah, looks good. So we got to think about doing something here then. So what I've been thinking of doing is killing off this road, right? Because that runs quite parallel, and we'll have one here as well. So let me say I bring this down to, well, down by 10. Is that lined up right? How much does this come down by? 22. Okay, let me delete that. Okay, that's by 11. Okay, we delete that there just so I know the spacing. And what I can do is I could have that road go down, turn round, elevate up, and then connect on and off. And the same for that one. So you like how this it comes down, round, and then turns like that. We have that happen on both sides here, coming off these 2 lanes. Thus, the whole setup doesn't happen on the same junction. I don't know how much traffic it's going to entail us having. That will still remain to be seen, but I think it might be quite interesting. So I'm going to have to reclaim a little bit of land to do that. Half it's going to be on land, and the other half is going to be slightly off. Well, it depends how it works. It depends how it works. Oh, look at the amount of traffic now coming in this side. So there's a lot of traffic here passing through all together at once. Why is that so close together? I don't know, but there's no issues there. It all passes through wonderfully. They're just passing through the region. I think anyway, unless they're going to turn off here. Oh, they could be going to the mining area. Yeah, some of them turn off, some of them just disappear. Okay. Right, anyway, let's get back to this then. Let's get back to business right now. So pause a sec as we reclaim a little bit of land. So brush size, make it a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to I reclaim some of it and then get rid of what I don't need. I think that's how I'm going to do it. I'll just get rid of the bit that I don't need after. Let's move this just to over here a second. Okay, and... I mean, at this point, it's going to be a highway road. And we're going to make it a 2-lane highway road. Going that way. We'll do the same to this one after. Actually, we might as well do it now. So let me just delete that. This I might elevate these roads going up. And then make that slip underneath it. And then connect to that middle part. But until then, let me just kind of do a little bit more. So bring it out by another 10. And I'll get that one to match. And... right, let's slightly elevate it right now. So what we'll do then is we'll bend it around. We'll do a 7x7, do you reckon? 7x7. 7 by 7. 7 by 7. So you can see how it's bending around. Oh, it will spiral up. It will spiral up to connect to it. We'll have to slightly change how that's working. Right, a 7 by 7, 7 by 7, 7 by 7. Ooh, this is gonna be good, boy. This is gonna be good. So we want, at that point there, these 2 points to be the same elevation as these. So select you, select you. Top object height, bam! There we go. And then we'll also upgrade that road there to that. And we might as well, just to kind of save face, up to this part. So you, and you. There's no other one. Oh, there's one there as well. Align to height as that. So they're all that. Just so I can get this starting to elevate a bit more. So select you, select you. Actually, we'll get rid of that one. Okay, we'll do this one first. So slope to objects. There we go. So that all slopes up. Well, do you reckon we could do with a little bit more? Yeah, I reckon we could. We should really start it from here. Yeah. And then this one, because it's so far out, we could probably make it run a little bit longer. There we go. Which gives us room there for this road to go under and connect. I might allow the bend to push out this way to go in. Yeah. Now, is that enough for that to pass over on both sides? I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. Right, so let's now just get this pushing across to there. So that is then by 10. That is by 10 there. Oh wait, that one's not even connected. By 10 there. And these here, can I upgrade these highways just to be elevated and not... yeah, not turn into a bridge just yet. Actually, let me delete. Because what I can do is bring them to here. And then they get turned into bridges at that point. Yeah. So we have... by 6, by 6, by 6, by 6. We might have to push it slightly back. Oh, actually, no. We first got to upgrade... that little section there into the 2-lane split. Oh. There we go. So with the move it tool then. Actually, you know what? Delete that bit. Let's get it going past as one strip. Slightly bows out a bit, doesn't it? Alright, get that a little bit more straight. Create a little turn like that. How's that? I don't know how effective this is going to be, but it seems to work on the other one pretty well. So we'll see how much we're able to get out of it. Alright. So, in terms of lane management then. Oh wait, what have I done here? I just realised I've made this one-way road, haven't I? I'm such a dum-dum. I don't know why I did that. I was honestly, I don't know why I did that. So we'll upgrade this real quick right now. Oh, hold on. So the 2-lane highway. Again, I don't know why I did it like that. So there we go. So it just alleviates some of the traffic a little bit more, doesn't it? Anyway, back to where we was. So here is pretty much straight there. Bam, there. Bam, there. So no one's tripping over anybody's toes as they're passing through all this. It's all like pre-sorted out and whatnot. Now, for the most part, that is good. For the most part. Let me just delete some of this road back. And I've had the whole thing in pause mode the whole time. So what we're going to do then is we're going to try and see what we can get out of this. So bring that out by 10. And bring that up to there. And what kind of bend would get created here? Not a very good one, is the question. Alright, to there. 18 by 16, right. Oh, hold on, we can do something here. 18 by 18. Which connects directly up. So that passes through under. So it gives me like a you know, gives us some use for this straight road cutting through. Really, doesn't it? But I don't know how much traffic is now going to get caused on these because of how this is all set up here. It could cause a lot of traffic because it's the only little on and off little section at this point. So if that's the case, then might have to alleviate some issues here and there. I reckon it's going to cause some issues. Personally, that's what I think anyway. Right, let me just sort out a little bit of this terrain then. So that's kind of... How does that look on that kind of side? Push that back a bit. Yeah, we'll kind of go with that. So let's get ready to reset the sea level. And are we going to be okay? Reset one more time to be on the safe side. I reckon we're going to be okay there. So let's see what happens then. I know it's going to cause some traffic issue now because we also have trams on this line as well. Which I have an alternative idea I could go with. And that would be to kind of keep that elevated to go over that. So it's connected from somewhere different. But we'll see. Because at the minute, there's not too much issues happening. Well, they need to sort their lane dictation out way earlier than that, don't they? But I think these are the ones that are just kind of stuck in their lanes anyway. So I'll give them some time for everyone to update their routes. Now, do we have a tram stop right there? That's not the ideal location for a tram stop, is it? So we have one there and we have one here. Right, okay, so tram stop. Let me just kind of pause, just kill them two off. I'm going to actually move this down here a bit more. So that's a little bit closer to where that was, and there's one just up there. Okay, that's fine. There's no good having the tram stop there. I wanted to freely pass through that area. So they've got no issues and complaints. But for the most part, it's looking okay. It's looking okay. We'll see what kind of traffic it brings us down the road. But the good thing is I have ideas to what I could potentially do if, you know, the traffic does continue like this. I do have a few ideas, so it's not the end of the world. But the main thing is we've sorted out the junction there. This is bringing a lot of vehicles down right now. Are they turning off here or... Like, everyone's now sorted their lanes out. They're already merging way before. No, they're just people passing through, which is interesting. So we'll see what this now does then. We've got both sides configured, which is interesting. It's a very interesting shape. I can already see the comments right now. I can already see the comments. But yeah, not bad. Not bad. So having a junction there then alleviates people having to drive all the way up there to get to these two. We've got that big junction there to kind of separate some of the traffic, which is pretty handy. There's a lot of vehicles now potentially using it. But we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it in general. There is going to be issues. There always is issues here, there, and everywhere. But for the most part, it looks pretty good. Right, anyway. Let's get into play mode for a bit. And let's sort some of this out. So they're really not liking this commercial here. So what I'm thinking of doing then is maybe we drop a little park here to separate this little boundary area and put some commercial on this side. So if I killed off, actually, if I actually put this road, no, actually, how about we don't? Let's kill off this road here, and let's de-zone all that strip. Right? Let's de-zone all of that. And we'll turn this into a nice little park. Pause a second. We'll drop down our high density commercial there. And we're going to have to move our little snow things too. See, I don't know where to put them for now. You know, we'll just stick them over here. Just stick them out of the way. Because they're in pretty much a weird spot right now for me, you know, wanting to do work and whatnot. And let me just quickly make sure they've got power and water. So water, almost. Power, yep. Let me delete these power lines real quick. Just so I can then drag that high density commercial up a little bit more. And I'm going to fill it through all of this up to there. So a nice little strip of high density commercial. We're going to do a nice little park area here, so it means we can extend our residential cutting through. But on this strip here, we'll do some low density commercial. Just to kind of separate between the gaps, which will be ideal. And I think here, rather than zoning, we should put something in it. Maybe like a stadium or like an art museum or something like that. That'll be a lot more handier. So bring that up to here. So they shouldn't need the power, because they're only losing out onto wind turbines, aren't they? But that will eventually just connect everybody up anyway when all the zoning's built. And, right, so I don't think I should do a stadium there. It's not the right place for it. But I will drop down. Let's have a look what we could place down then. So, I'm thinking like the art gallery. How much is it? Is this it here? The Modern Art Museum, that's it. Yeah, so this is what I'm thinking. It'd be nice to try and get it somewhat centered. 5 and a 5. like this. Then we can do some nice tree decorations around it. Now bring down some parking just here. Let's see what we can get out of this. So do you reckon that's wide enough? I don't know why I've only gone down to 7. Yeah, why not? Or should I bring it back down to this? Let's just go down to that one instead. What do we have to kind of squeeze in it? So that's a little bit too big. That works wonderfully. So drop one there. One just there. Couple of disabled parking. Let me spin this around for our EV parking. There we go. Needs water. Oh wow, the only little section there that didn't have water. Really? That's crazy. And we'll get some paths to walk around it as well. So lead this up. We'll kind of go around the boundary of it. So make sure we got our little section that cuts across there. And then we'll have straight up, across, and across. So that in itself becomes like its own little small park area, but it's not a park. For our little art gallery, which is quite nice. And then we want to get the big conifer trees. And then just drop a load in. What's the difference? Is there much difference? Where did I place them last time? Oh, all there, like that. Alright, get these pushing around the building. Alright, in some areas do it thicker than others. Oh wait, I do see the difference. There we go. Yeah, these are a little bit smaller, aren't they? Yeah, you can see the height difference between them and them on that side. Right, do that then, and then we'll up our brush size slightly. And be not as generous with the other ones. How's that? Does that feel a little bit better? Maybe. Maybe, who knows? But yeah, it's surrounded by, it'll be surrounded by stores then to create a nice little shopping district with a little tourist attraction smack bang in the middle, which is pretty good. You can only see people walking around the outskirts and of it and whatnot. A little high school kind of directly opposite, which would be good for little field trips to the art. Is it an art museum? I forgot what it is already. Yeah, the Modern Art Museum. And then we'll turn this into a little park area. So then, you know, it's a way that, like we got over here, where it generates us money for people walking through. This big section of residential high density. People walk through this to get to the shopping area and jobs over there, and we can, you know, earn a little bit of extra cash, money moolah, off them walking through it, which will be interesting. So that interchange section there. Oh, there's yellow snow. Let me get rid of that yellow snow, boys. It's the farmland. So the interchange here is seeming to be holding up to the most part. There's a lot more now traffic on the road as we've now got that cross-country highway connected. Little art museum now in, which is going to be quite interesting. There's already a vehicle over here, another vehicle coming in. So it's quite accessible now, isn't it? It's looking pretty good. So we have a nice big demand for industry again. That's increasing. But we also... Oh, it's snowing as well. We also have a lot of money in the bank. So I could use that industry demand to extend our ore industry a little bit more. So what would be pretty sweet to throw in? Well, first let me extend the roads. Let me see what I can get out of this. So push this up. What's that? That's, yeah, by 30. By 25, okay. And we'll go with, what can we get out of this? Yeah, ore grinding mill, no. Large underground mine. Yeah, let's squeeze 2 of those in just there. We've got a few of them up on this side as well. Storage buildings all okay? Yeah, well, they're fully stocked up. Are we still importing? We're apparently still importing. Don't know why. We've created some metals. We could probably get away with then creating some glass from the production buildings, right? So here is a couple of our production buildings over here making the metals. Which is these. Which one does the glass? That is the cheapest one. Does the glass manufacturing plant, which is, ooh, it's a bit bigger. It's a tight squeeze there, isn't it? Right, we'll throw in one just here. Actually, do I want it there, or should we throw it like, have it coming off this section over here? Alright, we'll bring this road in here, and then bring... Yeah, we'll just bring it off like that. And we get 2 nice buildings side by side. And these will start producing glass. So it's another little export that we can get out of it. Well, that's slightly wonky. So when you look at it in the bigger picture, hopefully it'll start producing more money, but 2 of those, 55 workers, which is then 110 workers. 2 of these, 60 workers, so that becomes then 270 additional workers I have just enabled in our ore industry. Now it will slightly satisfy the industrial demand, provides, like I said, 270 more jobs, which ain't too shabby, mate. Ain't too shabby. And it's sparking a little bit of our residential growth as well. So let's have a little fast forward then and try and get some more of these shops added in, because the more these shops get added in, the more jobs become available. Is there traffic lights here? Yeah, let's get those off. Let's get them off. Right, turn the traffic lights running through here. Just making sure all they're off. Lots of snow on the road. So that little bit of commercial demand we have right now is slowly creeping up, which every commercial building that gets built provides more jobs, which slowly brings down our unemployment, which is currently sat at 8%. What if we get down to 7%? More and more people are becoming employed. Right, public transport side of things, we have a stop there, stop there, stop there, stop up here. We could do then with the next tram line cutting through. We really could. So how it would work is we'll have a road come off here that will kind of bend up and then cut down here somehow. So then the tram line will be on this line, this road as well. Come down on the outer skirt to go around, to cut across, to be a big loop around our subway line. Additional way to be used, which is going to be pretty handy. I'm excited. I really am. Let me know what you guys think about this this episode, guys, with our brand new interchange in here, which it's holding up well, considering, you know, you could improve it with the lane mathematics. But we won't really see the full issues if any do arise. Some might not even arise. until we have, you know, traffic coming from literally, you know, quite regularly from all 4 directions. So we've still got a while to kind of see how that goes. Same with this. We don't really know the full extent if it's going to hold up until more vehicles use it. But as of right now, it's going pretty well. We are getting our, you know, priorities straight right now. We've got over $1 million in the bank for SnowTown, which is glorious. Absolutely glorious right now. We got a nice little section set up. Got a little car park on the go. People are visiting the art museum. We'll get another little park over in this area. This one's still doing pretty well. We'll get the tram line set up next episode as well, and we'll try and throw some more work into our industrial side and really start thinking about that, you know, secondary industry to keep us going. Unemployment's down at 6%, so that's one issue that we don't really have at the moment is unemployment, and that's quite cool. But I'm really excited. It is really exciting to see where things are now heading. So I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, please make sure you smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.